morning. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this April 6, 2021, just after 8:35 a.m. Central Time. Well, it's a day of light news. Before we go too far, the Red Book retail sales, this is a pretty bad number, down 17.2. We know we're going to beat last year, okay? So I wouldn't pay attention to that at all. But you're starting to back off, and you did this last week also. So I'm getting concerned that retail sales aren't popping the way that we thought they would. Although, I tell you, my wife's in retailing, they don't have enough help. So that gives you an idea in Chicago what's going on. The Euro economic data, the February jobless rate in there was 8.3%. They expected it actually a tad lower, so it matched January's. The Reserve Bank of Australia kept its key interest rate today unchanged at their bank policy meeting. They are really starting to key in now on housing. They think that's a bit of a bubble. They're going to be watching that. They're going to continue their bond buying program through September and longer until they get that rate where they see the actual inflation is sustainable between 2 and 3%. New Zealand has now taken away its quarantine levels. Free travel between Australia and New Zealand starts on April 19th. And China told its major lenders, it asks them, which is basically telling them, to curtail loan growth for the rest of the year. They don't want it exceeding last year. So that'll pull the markets back a little bit. You saw that yesterday in the copper market as the copper got hit pretty good. Today, copper's still lower. I think it's still reeling from that announcement as the market goes, well, what's going on there? Where's our funding for everything? At the same time, the silver market's trying to come alive, up nearly 40 cents today. The gold market up $10. But we know that in the gold market, these rallies, they seem to be short-lived. You're making up half the gains in the loss factor yesterday in the Brent and the WTI. Market coming back up a little bit. India has already said they're curtailing their OPEC purchases by 36%. That's quite a bit of oil. As you look at the grain markets, well, planting intentions. We saw the first crop progress report yesterday. Doesn't mean anything. Nothing's in the ground yet. You know, you wouldn't know that in Chicago. We're going to be 80 degrees plus today. That's over 20 degrees higher than our norm. It feels like summer here. It was this way yesterday. It's just unbelievable, and it's obviously all the plants are opening up already. I'm on my Flonase, if you will, to protect myself. I have those allergies. Other than that, I think it's a day where we're looking from the big gain on a Monday in stock indices, that pullback Tuesday. We'll see where the market gets its legs. It's been doing what I had predicted it would last night. In the if you looked at my financial market wrap-up, I said be careful for a Tuesday reversal day. That's typically what happens, and you're trying it. All you need to do is try it. You don't have to succeed with it, and that's pretty much where we're at. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great day. You might want to take a look at our enhanced Bollinger Band course. If you think you know Bollinger Bands, I'll take you to another level on it. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good day. I'm Ira Epstein, and I'm here to talk about my new. I'm Ira Epstein, and I'm here to talk about my new enhanced Bollinger Band course. Yeah, this is something different. You know, one of my favorite tools for looking where support and resistance comes in is the Bollinger Band. And whether you've taken my charting course or you think you understand Bollinger Bands, you're going to see in the course, and it's 13 chapters, by the way, as to how it works together with moving average, the band itself, and my favorite momentum oscillator. I'm Ira Epstein, here to tell you about my enhanced Bollinger Band course. Now, whether you've taken one of my charting courses already or not, if you think you understand Bollinger Bands, you're going to see that I can tie it together for you with moving averages and one of my favorite momentum oscillators to give you some other trading tools. And we're not talking just about short term, we're talking about medium term, longer term tools. Whether you trade off of a daily chart, a weekly chart, the idea there is to catch as much of a move as you can. Well, that's what this is about. You get instant access to 13 new videos, each of the videos 6 or 7 minutes long. If you do that and you decide to purchase the course, well, if you haven't tried my complete research, we'll give you a free 14-day trial to that as well, and a trial to our charting software if you haven't tried it. And the reason is it's going to use slow stochastics with the numbers I use, which are slightly different from what a lot of people use. How do you find out more about this? It's simple. Go to www.iraepstein.com, go to the top of the website under the word education, or you can call our staff. Everything you need to know is right on the website. That'll get you going. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great day, and I hope you want to learn something about Bollinger Bands that's a little different. I'll hope to see you. Good day. I'm Ira Epstein, and I'm here to talk about my Bollinger Band course, and this is an enhanced course. Many of you already know what Bollinger Bands are. You know that they're an algorithm designed to keep the market trading within those bands 95% of the time. What you also know is that they afford you on a chart a look at a resistance and a support line. Well, based upon all that I've learned over the years, I've put together a new course on it. No, this is not covered in my normal charting course. This is what I've learned over many more years, and now I'm bringing it together with moving averages and a momentum oscillator. The idea here is to bring together the three, whether you're looking at a daily chart, a weekly chart, a spider, an ETF, or a futures market. It shouldn't matter. A chart is a chart. So I try to bring it all together in a way with 13 videos that you're able to follow, see what I do, you do the same thing, and you can reach your own conclusion. Now, if you're interested in this and you buy the course, if you haven't tried my complete futures research package, I'll throw that in. If you'd like to see the exact software that I use when I'm plotting this out, well, for qualifying users, we'll give you a free trial. You can either use our new QT Market Center or Linn Ira charts. We have 2 different versions of this available. They both do the same thing, so I wouldn't get too caught up in what they do one way or the other. And where do you go from there? Well, it's simple. All you need to do is go from our website, which is www.iraepstein.com, to the word education. To make life even easier, you can always call my staff. They'll get you set up. Once you purchase it online, everything is automated from there. We will take it the next step. We'll probably contact you, make sure that you're working with it the way that you think you should be, and away you go. Each chapter of the 13, probably around 6-7 minutes long. Won't take you long to get through it, but what I like you to do is go back and back test what you've seen. I'm Ira. Hope that you decide to take advantage of this. Look forward. I'm Ira Epstein, and I'm here to talk about my enhanced Bollinger Band course. Now, the word enhanced is the key here. I don't care if you've taken my regular charting course. It's certainly the preferable thing because you then learn the way that I teach, or you think that you already know a lot about Bollinger Bands. I promise you, I can bring something to the table that you might not be aware of. I'm going to tie together with the Bollinger Band moving averages and slow stochastics in a way that you might not appreciate. Something different. I'm Ira Epstein, and I'm here to talk about my enhanced Bollinger Band course. Now, obviously, the word is enhanced. I'm assuming some of you have taken my regular charting course, or you think you already know Bollinger Bands. For the uninitiated, a Bollinger Band is an algorithm. It's a popular chart tool that keeps the market within the algorithm 95% of the time. In essence, it's giving you a resistance point where I think the pros take money off the table on the top side, or a support point where I think they take money off on the downside. The key is, once they've made the initial move, what do they do after that? Can they keep pyramiding their positions? Where do they go with this? You might think it's only for the day charts. You'd be very wrong. This works, as I've discovered and teach. It works in the longer term weekly charts. At least the word work, the concept is there. Can't do that. Welcome. I'm Ira Epstein, and I'm here to talk about my enhanced Bollinger Band course. Now, many of you have taken my regular charting course, and if not, you might think you know something about Bollinger Bands. As you know, Bollinger Bands are an algorithm designed to keep the market trading within it 95% of the time, and on a chart, it will offer on the top part resistance, on the bottom support, and the idea is the market will travel within them. We know that sometimes it latches onto that band, goes up or goes down. Well, how do you play with that? Can you pyramid the positions off that type of thinking? Well, I've applied all three of these into 13 different videos that teach you my concept of it. And from that concept, you're able to work with weekly charts and or daily charts. The 13 videos, each about 7 minutes long. The idea here is not to put you in school forever, but to teach. Now, if you haven't tried my complete futures research, I throw that in as well. Whether you've tried this or not, I think it's worth taking a look at. I think you're going to learn something from there. That research, by the way, covers twice daily market updates for you and access to what I call window envelope numbers, which I think are very important when looking at these Bollinger Bands. The next part is a trial to our charting software so you can make your charts look the same way that mine do. It's that simple. Where do you go with it and how do you get all this? It's simple. You go to our website, www.iraepstein.com. If you go to the word education, everything you need is answered there. You can also call my staff. They'll be happy to help you get set up. I'm Ira Epstein, on the road to your education.